Well, hello, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I know it's already 2 weeks into the new year, but here we are. I appreciate you coming to visit my channel. This message that I'm about to give you is something that I would have wished somebody would have told me when I had just come to the US 10 years ago. There's a lot of things I didn't know that I wish there was, a simple rule book or cheat sheet that I could have followed. So, first things first, what do I need to work in the USA? Well, I remember that as I when I came, what I started doing was applying, applying, applying. I had been studying back in my country, in my hometown, which is a non-US country back in El Salvador, for all my life. And I had a very good track record of good companies that I had worked for. So I thought, well, with my experience and my English, because I knew English, that's another thing, you have to speak English. I thought, what? Why not? I applied. Several months went by. I think 6 or 7 months, nothing. So I decided to go to study. And well, this is what happened. um, I got an MBA because I already had a career. So, first of all, do I need a career to start working? Well, depends. What do you want to do? Do you want to deal with people? Do you want to be in retail? Or do you want to be in an office job? Because if you want to be in retail or, doing something that's on your feet, like general labor, I would say no. Those are jobs where you would need the experience most of all. But if you want an office job, a white collar job, and grow within a company and specialize in an industry and take it from there, then yes, you do need education. A career, debatable, debatable nowadays. It's been things have changed. What I did was I had an MBA. I did an MBA. You can start with a workshop. We start with an associate's degree. Um, or even a career or an MBA, a master's degree. It just depends on what your possibilities, what your dreams are. Just remember that with these choices, there comes a lot of capital involved. Most of the time, people get involved in debt. And I'm not saying don't do it or do it. That's not for me to say. But just keep in mind that that's something that will affect your economy. So these are things that I would have known at the beginning, and mostly because not so much, I mean, I knew I was getting into a loan, of course. Like if you're getting into a loan, you know it's a loan, but the interest rates. Um, I know some people say, oh, you can be in forbearance. Forbearance means that you put a pause to your payments, but warning, you put a pause to your payments, but not the interest rates. The interest rates keep growing. So until you don't have a job, you cannot start making payments, of course. So that's something just to keep in mind. But I would definitely encourage education of any way. If you can apply to financial aid, then that's even better. The government can cover a part of it, or your college years, the first couple of years, or if you find a university that's within your means, then that's a lot better. But it just depends on what you want to do. I'm not here to say don't do it or do it. I'm just here to explain what's going to happen. So, which documents do you need? Whenever you go to apply for a job, they have a list of documents. They have a list of A, B, and C documents. Most of your list A documents is a US government issued ID. Most of them have a picture on it. So, like your US passport, your resident card, your foreign passport, any employment authorization form. And then you have your list B documents, your driver's license, your school ID, your voter's registration card. Then your list C documents, your social security card, birth certificate, Native American tribal document, US citizen ID card, resident citizen ID card, I-9 form. So there's a list of documents with pictures. There's another list with documents with no pictures. And then there's another list, like for example, if you show up with your passport, US passport, you don't need anything else. But if you show up with your driver's license, then you need a social security card or a birth certificate. So this is something that the place where you're going to work will give you. the guidance to do it, but mostly if you have your US passport, that's good enough. But if you have a driver's license or ID, then you're going to need another one. So that's something to bear in mind, okay? And if you're in the process of getting that documentation, they usually give you a document so you can use in the meantime while you get it. E-Verify. This is something that you need to get very familiar with. Every company in the country uses it, and if they're not using it, well, they should be using it. It's a program that verifies whether you are good to go, meaning that you are approved to work in the US or not. So what the companies are going to do is they're going to grab your IDs, they're going to input that information into this website, and within a couple of days that what this website will tell them, yes, this person is good to work in the US, or no, this person is not good to work in the US. Um, this is just one part of the process. Remember that getting a job is, your interview, the way you handle yourself, your confidence, your handshake, your experience, your education, the way you speak, the way you write on emails, everything. It's a combo. That's what I tell my clients. It's not just your resume. It's the way you interview. It's how do you direct your eyesight or the tone of your voice. It's a big package what the recruiter is looking at. Also, always remember, always, please remember that whenever you submit a resume with your name, social media comes involved. These recruiters are gonna be searching for you online. They're gonna type your name in Google and they're gonna see everything that there is online about you. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, could be TikTok, could be a Red Note, Twitter or X. Um, Pinterest. I've found stuff on Pinterest that I'm like, oh my God, is this person really into these things? Everything. So make sure that everything that you post is professional, that you wouldn't be embarrassed for your employer or future employer to see it, and make sure to keep it private. I mean, it's up to you, but I wouldn't like people to be looking at my kids' pictures or where I live or the places I hang out with or the people that I hang out with as well. So just keep this in mind. And if you want a one-on-one consultation, make sure you DM us. You send us an email at info@helperpros.com, or you can search us on LinkedIn as Helper Pros and on social media as Helper_Pros. This would be our Instagram account. Well, thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.